Hey guys, welcome back to my next art book preview video. This week we have Arthur Adams' Preliminary Studies. So a quick look at the front and the back there. This one is by FLESK. You can see that this is a very thick book. Let's get straight into it. So you can see this one is signed. I think they all come signed as standard, but don't quote me on that. This is, of course, the preliminary sketchbook. So this is all of his initial drawings. These are like the foundations before he moves on to his incredible inking work for like comic book covers and things like that. A lot of you guys know more about Arthur Adams than I do, but yeah, definitely well known for his incredible inking skills and his comic book covers. To me, I really love his work because I actually really like his pin-up work and the way he draws his women and stuff. I just think it's awesome. You might have noticed, because I'm accidentally covering too much of the book with my hand, that this book is only quite a small in size one. Let me get a ruler. So the dimensions are 7.5 inches to 5 inches, or if you're UK like me, 19 centimeters by 12 to 13-ish. But despite that, the book is absolutely jam-packed with content, with pages. Apparently most of these are pretty much the size he drew them. So he draws his preliminaries about this size. One thing I will say though, a small book in dimensions that's as thick as this, it is quite difficult. I'm not sure if you can tell, but quite difficult to actually hold the book down to show on camera. And by flattening them, I hate to see what the outside of the book where the binding is going to look like. It's going to be really creased up to flatten it like this. But, you know, I love you guys, so hopefully it's worth it. I think a lot of you guys will be wanting to see this one because he's a really well-known artist. Again, sorry that I keep putting my hand in the way. It's really hard to keep these flat. I'm also hoping that my camera actually picks them up well enough because they're only quite light. I might have to play around with my contrast a little bit when editing this. It's quite nice binding on this one as well, as you can see there, but it's still going to leave some pretty hefty creases, but hey, that's a sign of a good book, I guess. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of you guys really like Arthur Adams' work. I'm a big fan of his pin-up stuff. I do have other books, in fact, let me show one. This one is a video that I made a while back showing this one. This is an older book, hardcover version. That one is awesome, full of his pin-up work and some other cool stuff. So definitely check that out. I will put links in the description box below to all of my other videos. I'm sure I recognise quite a few of these from some of the other sketchbooks that I own, some of the convention sketchbooks as well. So again, I'll put links to all that good stuff as well. They're getting quite hard to come by, the sketchbooks, the convention sketchbooks. So quite a lot of his books are quite valuable now, so it may be worth picking this up whilst you can. I actually spoke to the owner of FLESK, I believe his name is John, when he announced this. And because I'm in the UK, I was asking when they would be available for me to actually buy. And at the time, he wasn't sure whether they would actually be coming to any other country other than the US. I think when I last asked him, this is really cool, by the way. I love sort of complex group shots like that. But yeah, sorry, he said that he wasn't sure whether they were keeping them as more of an exclusive, like so that Arthur Adams could sell these at conventions and stuff. So if you do get a chance to buy one of these, you may have to pay a little bit of delivery or keep an eye out. You might get lucky and find some, maybe on eBay, or maybe they just will stock them in other countries as well. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to share that information. The other thing to note is that this is the paperback edition. There is a hardback version, but again, that's probably a little bit harder to come by. Maybe if you're in the US, you can get this from the FLESK website. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would have got that if I could have done. Now, although the artwork in here is all really good, I'm personally not that bothered about the monster stuff, you know, the Godzilla, Kong kind of thing. Not that I don't like it, but as mentioned, Arthur Adams to me is mainly, I really like his pin-up work. I do like his Darth Vader though, he does some really cool Star Wars stuff. But my point being that there's a whole range of work in this one. I should have probably given a nudity warning just in case some of his pin-ups are in here that are, you know, containing nudity. I recognise this one from his sketchbook, really cool piece, that one. But yeah, I don't think there is going to be any nudity, but I should have warned just in case. But the book definitely seems to cover just quite a wide range of his artwork, so it's not one thing in particular. It's not just superheroes, it's not just pin-ups, it's just looking like all of his work in general, which I guess the main bulk of it probably is comic book work, in all honesty. It would make sense. So I think these are really good books, especially considering they're not actually very expensive at the time of me making this. Maybe not including the shipping, depending where you are, as mentioned. But yeah, I think if you can get hold of one of these and you're an Arthur Adams fan, it's a pretty cool one. I'm a big fan of sketchbooks in general, even compared to full colour renders. And if, like me, you like to study from these books, you know, your favourite artists and learn how they draw, I always think the sketchbooks you can get more information from as well. Again, you do kind of feel like you're wrecking the book a little bit by holding it down flat, but I don't think you guys will be able to see it on camera. It's putting quite a lot of force against my hand. It wants to close itself up. I do actually have quite a few other videos of his comic book convention sketchbooks. This one in particular is particularly saucy. It's actually one of my favourite ones, that pocket sketchbook though. So definitely check that out. As well as that, FLESK did launch this Art of Arthur Adams book. There's a hardcover and softcover or paperback version of that. That one is an awesome book. You should be able to get hold of that. I'll put links again in the description box below. I didn't review that one because being in the UK, I got mine a little bit later than other people. So there was already quite a few videos and it seemed quite pointless to review it when there's already quite a few out there. You get what I mean. Really nice anatomy as well, quite exaggerated, overly large superhero anatomy, let's call it. Anyway guys, we are nearing the end. Really cool Venom stuff. As always, if you have any information to share about Arthur Adams in the comments, please do, because I'm always interested in learning more about these artists, and so are other people. Aside from that though, you know, there's still loads to view in this book, but I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful if you were considering buying the book. If you did though, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and means I can keep making content like this. Thanks for watching everyone.